Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me. I'm Juliana, and this is Gentle Yoga Flow. So, we're going to be on our mat most of the time. We're going to use some blocks, straps, and a blanket if you need padding for your knees. And so, we're going to get started. So, as we move to our our mat, we just want to make sure that our body is supported there. If it's okay with your spine to have one block under your shoulder blades and the other one under your head, you can use that, or you can use a blanket if that feels uncomfortable for you. All right. So as we lay back, allow your shoulder blades to be supported. Bring in the backs of your skulls here to lengthen your spine, and then let your head rest on it. Let your arms open to the side. And if it's comfortable for you today, you can let your feet be a little wider and let the knees knock in. We call this constructive rest. It usually helps with releasing into that lower back. Palms faces the sky as you inhale. Then give it a big sigh, let it go. We're going to do two more cleansing breaths, inhaling through the nose, breathe in calm and peace. And a big sigh, letting go of anything that no longer suits you, no longer serves you. Let it wash away, disappear into the earth. Once again, inhaling through the nose. And a big sigh, cleansing, clearing things up. And just allowing your body to start to settle in. And this is the week that we begin the equinox, so a lot of changes. We just had a full moon eclipse. So reminding us that changes are in the air. And with changes, we shouldn't fear, we should embrace, which allows us to grow, to flourish, to blossom. Finding that true meaning of the spring of growth. And envisioning that better version of yourself. Letting it grow and flourish. Feeling a spring cleaning, letting go of things that no longer serves you. So you can create space for the new and positive things to come. And as you allow your body to start to settle in, feeling the senses, noticing that support beneath the skull, the spine, allowing to rest, perhaps feeling a breeze, air on the skin, sounds far away or close by. As we connect with the senses, it helps us to feel more present, more aware. Allow us to calm our minds and quiet our thoughts. And a quick scan from the top of the head down, softening around the eyes, the cheeks, the jaw, maybe moving your jaw a little side to side. Feel the release of the back of the throat. As you feel your shoulder blades supported, allowing your heart to feel light and open. As your shoulders drape down, the arms relax. The belly is also light, rising and falling with the breath. And as your hips continue to release down, backs of the legs all the way down, heels to toes. And in the stillness of your body, you start to draw awareness to the movement of the breath. Perhaps bringing one hand to the belly and the other one to your chest to feel that breath moving in and out. If you prefer to have your arms along to the side, and doing what feels comfortable for you today. Just by following the waves of the breath moving in and moving out like waves on a shore. The breath starts to get longer, deeper, and smoother. And the mind starts to calm down as well. Coming back to your breath whenever you need. A reminder that's always there for you. Allowing you to find a little bit more pause between the thoughts, where you can react better and feel better. Whenever you're ready, bringing both hands to your chest. And as you feel the warmth of your body, as you add the gratitude of being here today, anything that brings gratitude, joy to your heart, let it shine. And planting the seed of your intention in this light, let it grow and flourish. And letting your intention settle in. And when you're ready, affirming through your feet, let your knees point straight up to the sky. As you inhale, allow your arms to reach up. As you exhale, start to roll the wrist and flick your fingers, and then roll the wrist and flick the fingers. Any more movement to the wrist, the fingers releasing tension there. Also helping with the drainage of the lymphatic system of the arms down. Inhale, feel a little bit more reach to your shoulder blades as you try to touch the sky with the tips of your fingers. And as you exhale, relax your shoulder blades down. The backs of your hands are going to start to reach back. You can bend your elbows at any point. Start to notice the opening in your chest, bending of the arms, side body. We're going to sweep the arms along the side, touching the legs as we inhale, reaching forward and up. And as we exhale, back into the sides. As we pause there, feel the reach from your sternum to your fingertip as you inhale out. And as we exhale, we're going to bend our hands behind the head. And perhaps taking that block from behind your head, let your head hang into your hands, like a little hammock there. And you can stay higher with the block, or you can allow your head to drop perhaps more to feel more opening in your chest. You're going to find your own pace, your own range. With your next exhale, pull belly in, chin into chest. We start to curl our body slightly up, engage in the core. Inhale. And as we exhale, picking up the right foot and then back down. And then exhale, pick up the left and then back down. And then we're going to add opposite elbow to knee, adding a twist and then back down. And then as we exhale, we twist and then back down again. Great job. With your next exhale, start to lift up. It can roll to the side if that's more comfortable for you. If you want to work more core, you bring your hands, maybe hold behind your shins and use a little bit of momentum to come up. And then sliding the blocks out of the way, bringing your hands closer to your shins, bringing your feet perhaps a little closer together. Spine higher is a little easier. When you start to hinge back, it becomes harder as you have to engage your core. We're going to take the hands to the left. And as we exhale, come back to the center, inhale to the right. Exhale back to the center, hold it here. Maybe you start to hinge a little bit more. And even taking the feet off your mat if you want more. And exhale. Inhale, start to come to the center. Exhale, you start to add a twist. You just have one more inhale and exhale, you twist. And as you come to the center, we pause. We release the shoulders. Bring the hands behind you. Let your feet perhaps go a little wider. I'm going to mirror you when I face you. Push into your hands. And as you open your feet wider, let your left knee come to the center of your mat. Pause there, feeling that left knee dropping, push into the left hand, lift your heart, and dial your gaze and look over your left shoulder. And then we come back to the center, inhale, lengthen the heart. And as we exhale, we're going to drop the knees over to the other side. Push with the bottom hand, gaze over your right shoulder. Beautiful. We come to the center once again. And from here, allowing your legs to cross. I'm going to take the left shin in front of the right. Maybe you take your blanket or your blocks here to add a little bit more height. And rolling the heads of the shoulders back, let your hands come along the side. And you can even take this into Bu Mudra, grounding mudra, your peace fingers rooting down. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. And as we exhale, we bow our chin into our chest. Inhale, rolling the chin into chest, lifting the head, breathe in. Calm and peace. And with a big sigh, letting go of anything that no longer serves you. See if there's anything that's still there that you can let go and let it wash and disappear into the earth. And with your next inhalation, feeling the qualities of the earth, of safety, well-being, belonging, lifting you and shining in your heart. And as we exhale once again, we bow our chin into our chest, softening the back of your skull. As we inhale, we're going to roll left ear to left shoulder. Maybe you take your right hand and reach it a little further out, playing with the angle of the head. And then roll your chin into your chest. And inhale, right ear to right shoulder, pause there. Maybe the left fingertips goes a little further to increase that intensity in the side of the neck. And you can play with the angle of your head. Beautiful. We're going to roll the chin into the chest. And when it's right for you, turn your palms up and inhale, rise, reach up, lift up. And as we exhale, we bring the palms together, bringing those blessings to your heart. We pause once again in front of the heart. Relax your shoulders, pressing those palms evenly, the wrists. We look over the right shoulder, and we look over the left shoulder. Pause back, find your center. Breathe it in, exhale, rounding the spine, locking the fingers, you round. As we inhale, we reach those arms up and finding more length through the side body. We're going to release that right hand down, left arm up, maybe pausing there and rolling that shoulder back, getting more into the side. Bring that hand behind the head, find that support. Lift through the heart and dial your left elbow back. Breathe into the left. And as we exhale, we're going to push with that bottom hand and find a twist over to the left. Right hand to the left knee, left fingertips behind you. As you inhale, you rise. And as you exhale, you twist a little deeper. Belly, chest, and shoulders slightly back. The inhalation takes you up. The exhalation takes you deeper. The back hand is going to reach up and over. And from here, we're going to find a twist and hugging those arms onto the opposite shoulders. This could be your beginning of your eagle arms. You can always stay here or backs of the hands or front together. Adding a little bit more twist to that thoracic spine as you look over one shoulder and then the other. The elbows might start to lift, inhaling. And as you exhale, cactus your arms, open your heart in gratitude as we close those elbows slightly in. Inhale, reaching higher up, and then release our fingertips down. Perhaps you add a sway of the body. You can stay up higher, or you can walk your hands further down, letting the head relax, the spine. The palms can turn up to receive or down to ground. Again, noticing this is your practice. If you feel that you need to stay a little bit higher, if that bothers your lower back, to come lower. Noticing the sensations in the glutes, the side body, ribs, shoulders. Relax your jaw. Take your time to find your hands to support you, to bring yourself up. The hands are going to come behind you to give that extra support as you lean back. And just taking that quick windshield wiping of the legs and turn a rotation of the hips as you move from one side to the other. Start to notice the side body as well. IT band, and then we're going to cross the right in front of the left. Roll the heads of the shoulders. As we inhale, we turn our palms up and we start to rise. Inhaling, breathing, exhaling, bringing again blessings to your heart. Pause again, remembering your intention and your gratitude as you find your center, looking over the left, looking over the right, trying to keep those shoulders relaxed and feeling a slight pressure into your wrists to stretch. And then we lock our fingers, we round once again. And as we inhale, we reach those arms up. See if you can get a little taller through the side body. And we're going to release. Left hand comes down, right arm goes up. You can pause here or play rolling of the shoulders back, right? So everybody's different. You're going to find the range that works for you. Perhaps you pause with the hand behind the head, a gentle pressure with the bottom hand to lift the heart, and then dial that elbow any small amount back. Feel the breath into the side body, kidneys, armpits, side. We're going to push down and find a twist. As your left hand comes to your right knee, your right fingertips comes behind you. You inhale to rise, and as you exhale, you revolve. So twists are really good to move things in the body. Inhale to rise, exhale to fall, massage your internal organs, helping with digestion, your immune system. And we're going to take that back hand and inhale. Start to reach up and across. A gentle pressure with the bottom hand to feel more side body stretch. And then we're going to cross those arms and give it a hug. You can pause with your elbows shoulder height here, or backs of the hands or front together. Find the angle that works for you. And again, you can add that little twist in that thoracic spine into these eagle arms. We're going to inhale, and like you're taking a tight t-shirt off, you're going to reach your arms up. And as you exhale, cactus your arms, open your heart, feel the gratitude of being here today, taking care of yourself, and then tipping it right and left as we start to work oblique side abs. Feeling one side contracting, the other side lengthening. And one more time. And we're going to pause back onto the center. And as we exhale, we take those elbows a little closer in. Inhale, rise. And exhale, release your hands down. Once again, swaying your body slowly, walking the hands. This side might feel different. You have a different shin in front. Again, palms up or down. Relaxing the shoulder, the jaw. Breathing into the back. Noticing the sensations there. And your ribs, shoulders. Integrating your breath. Bottom, side, and up. Relax the jaw. And then letting your hands slowly bring it closer in. And then bringing it up, roll the shoulders back again. Extend your legs out to the front one last time. Give it a shake. And if it works, you can just move that blanket out of the way. You can move it side to side. We're going to cross through our ankles and knees and find our first tabletop position. If you need extra padding under your knees, that blanket might come in handy just to bring it under your knees. You can open it there. And having your hands on your mat. So if this bothers your wrists to stay on your hands, you can also stay on fists, or sometimes you have little weights or handles that you can hold to make it a little bit more soft in the wrist. Allow your hips to wiggle side to side, front and back, circle it around. Maybe even close your eyes. Right, so moving in a way that feels natural, organic to you in a creative way. Again, no judgment, no right or wrong. Doesn't matter how many times you've done this pose, right? What does it feel right now? If you're circling or moving in one direction, maybe you want to try the other side or add anything else in the next couple of breaths or two. And eventually you're going to start to find some stillness in that center. And doing one together, we're going to inhale and feeling the chest opening through the gate of your arms. If you have any neck injuries, try not to look up too much, but more ahead. And as you exhale, tucking the pelvis, navel pulls in, and you round your spine as you gaze between the legs. Then when coming into that neutral spine, where the tail is tucked into your cat and your chest is open into your cow, your core is engaged. And we're going to slide that left toe back, and you're going to pump your left heel. And just feeling the sensations there, bottom of the foot, toes, and ankles. Maybe this is where you stay, or reaching your right fingertips forward. And then picking it up, like you're going to shake somebody's hand. When you feel ready, pick up your left leg and feel that reach from your hand to your foot. Hips are squared. As you exhale, elbows and knees perhaps come together. Inhale to reach. Maybe take your elbow to the side, knee to the side, just for fun. Inhale. And exhale, drop your hand, cross your left foot over the right, look over your right shoulder like you're making a little C with your spine. Kind of curious what your toe is doing back there. We're going to take that foot over to the side, like a big kickstand. Now you start to open into the inside of that left inner leg. And we're going to thread the needle here. So walk that left hand a little bit forward so your right hand can go up to the sky. And as you exhale, back of the right hand side of the head and shoulder slides under. So you can find this twist in that thoracic spine. Left fingertips can stay in front of you. Left arm can go up, or you can even wrap behind your back, right? There's so many variations of this pose. You're finding the one that works for you today. Breathe here. And with your next exhale, slowly, can you release that left hand down? It's going to support your right arm is going to go up to the sky, inhaling. And exhale, release it down. We're going to step that left foot to the left corner edge of your mat. Now take all the time that you want to stay here. Maybe that foot is going to go, 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock to slight angle, and your toes and your knees are pointing in the same direction. So you can even take that left hand to the middle of the left thigh. You can circle your hips slightly. And we're going to take a twist here. We're going to take that left arm up and over like you're painting a rainbow with the tips of your fingers, up and back. And then when it comes back, you're going to come onto your thigh. You're going to support it. You're going to shimmy that foot perhaps a little bit more to the center. So as you bring your body slightly back, stacking your shoulders, your hips, and your knees, dropping that tail navel, pulling in, you're going to notice a deeper stretch into that right hip flexor. Stay here, maybe bringing your hips slightly forward. Relax the neck and the jaw, and lifting those arms into your Anjalayasana low lunge if that works. So keeping the hands supported on your thighs if you need that today. Exhale, cactus your arms, open your heart. Breathe in the light. As we exhale, we twist, letting the right fingertips go forward, left hand go back. And your right fingertips going to come down to the earth. Left hand comes around. You're going to frame that foot, shimmy that heel a little bit more forward, turning the toes up, and just letting the head perhaps bow here. Now, if it feels hard for you to come to your hands, you always have blocks there. You can bring those blocks under your hands to feel the stretch in the back of your legs. Breathing in and breathing out. Where else can you let go? And with your next exhalation, slowly you're going to bend that knee. Hands are going to come on the inside so you can move that left foot further back. Inhale, open the heart, finding that cow. Exhale, rounding your spine. And we come back to the center in that neutral spine. Core is engaged, chest is open, and the right toes go back this time. You pump that heel. So start to feel the sensation in the bottom of the foot, the toes and the ankles. Take your time. And then left fingertip starts to go forward and up, like you're going to shake somebody's hand. Feel the reach, and then pick up the back leg. Exhale, elbows and knees can come together. Inhale to reach. Maybe the elbow goes to the side, knee to the side. Inhale. And exhale. And just dropping the hand down, crossing that right foot behind, perhaps looking over that left shoulder, making a little C with your spine, getting into the side body. And then we're going to come back to the center and extending that right leg out. Move your hips slightly back. So getting more into that inner leg. All right, we're going to start to thread the needle. So walk that right hand a little bit more forward so there's more space here. So you can take your left arm to reach up, back of the left hand side of the head and shoulder starts to slide under. And you can pause with the right hand in front of your face, reaching it up, or even binding it behind your back, stacking one shoulder on top of the other. Feel that reach. Feel the inner legs. Feel the side body. Feel the shoulders. And with your next exhalation, release. And dropping that right hand, if you're using it there to release, get more space with that left. And then we're going to pick up that right foot and move to that right corner edge of your mat. And maybe turning it to 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock on a dial on a clock so your knee and toes are falling in the same direction. You can even bring your right hand to the middle of that right thigh, moving your hips, circling it around, or even to the blade of the foot if that works. And then the big rainbow with the right fingertips up and back. And you allow your hands to come to your thigh. You shimmy that foot a little bit more forward and in. And now you support your hands on your thighs. You start to lift your body. You drop the tail, lift the heart. And as you exhale, perhaps you sink your hips a little bit more forward. Feel the sensations there. When you feel ready, you're going to inhale. Take your arms all the way up, inhaling. Exhale, cactus your arms, open your heart. So much gratitude for being able to take care of yourself today. Open those arms into a twist. Left hand forward, right hand back. And the left hand comes down and you do one more backstroke with your right hand. And from here, you pause, press into that heel, turn your toes up and bow. Again, if you need the blocks here for your hands to support a little bit higher up, sometimes that feels really good. Relax the head and soften the jaw. Take a nice deep breath in, feeling your hamstrings here. And as you exhale, you're going to bend that knee, bring the hands on the inside, so it makes it a little easier for that leg to go to the side. And as we inhale, we're coming into a kneeling plank. So if you prefer to do your plank, you can. I'm going to stay with kneeling plank today, which is a little bit more kinder on the arms and the wrists. So from here, you hold it here. Now where your hands are, you're going to replace it with your elbows. So we're going to bring those elbows and forearms down and think about them parallel from your wrist to your elbows and your shoulders. And then from this, maybe you extend one toe and tuck it back and then the other. So you're coming into your elbow plank, pressing your heels, pulling belly, and opening that heart forward. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, drop your knees, point your toes. And as you inhale, now you find your sphinx. Your heart opens through the gate of your arms. And again, everything is aligned here from that wrists, elbows to shoulders. So you can see that everybody, chest is pulling forward and through. Now you can always stay here for your up dog or your cobra. Any of those variations are a chest opening. With your next exhale, we're going to let the elbows move to the side. The forehead stacks on tops of your hands. You're coming into your crocodile. And if it feels good, you can even add a little sway of your hips side to side. We're going to tent the fingers along the edges of the mat, closer to your shoulder height. And now from here, it's a modified cobra. You're going to come up into your own level. You're going to roll the head of the shoulders, chin into chest. Maybe you come less, or maybe you pick up a little bit more. And then it's your right shoulder that drops to the left. You look over your left shoulder. So it's a dancing cobra, twisting, inhaling, and exhaling. Inhale. And exhale, you come down. Forehead might drop to your mat. Your hands come along the edges of your mat here. And as you press into your hands, roll the heads of the shoulders back. Start to feel a lifting from the crown of the head to your feet. Your hands are going to slide under your shoulders. And from that modified locus, you push from your cobra to your tabletop. And cat-cow, your spine here. Let your hips move in any formal way. Maybe you inhaling, looking forward, tuck your toes. And as you exhale, start to walk your hands back and you're coming into a down dog. And then you're going to slowly transition to a ragdoll. So if dropping your head bothers you and your spine bothers you, you're going to stay a little bit higher with the hands on the thighs. Otherwise, perhaps you can take your hands to your elbows and let the head drag. Ragdoll here. So everybody's different. You know your body better than anybody else. And from here, you can soften your knees. If you have a block close by, you can even have your hands on the block to give you more height. Or keeping the right fingertips under your shoulders, take your left hand and add a twist up. And then bring it back down. Inhale, reach the right. Exhale, back down. And take your time. If your spine bothers you, coming in a straight back, or if it doesn't, you're going to round yourself back one vertebra at a time. Roll the shoulders back. Beautiful. And you can just kind of like kick that blanket out of the way so it doesn't bother you as we move to the side. Roll the shoulders back, and as you're at the back edge of your mat, you just want to feel that you can ground yourself here into your Tadasana, your mountain pose. So feel that you're rooting through your legs, strong, your arms through the side, your shoulders releasing. Perhaps even close your eyes for a second or two. Feel rooting down, strong as a mountain. Your heart open to those infinite possibilities and positive things to come. And with your next inhale, let your arms reach up to the sky. And as you exhale, hugging that right wrist, you hinge over to the left. Finding that crescent moon, inhale, come back to the center, hold onto the other wrist, and exhale to the other side. Beautiful. We're going to inhale, come back to the center, and as we exhale, we release. All right, so I'm going to continue to walking from the back to the front. We're going to start to play with our balance as we start to come forward. So shifting the weight a little bit more to your right foot as you start to pick up your left heel. Maybe you stay here. You can always be closer to a wall, some support. Some of you might even hold behind the shin or in front. But we're not going to stay here very long. So just think about this as a very slow motion as you reach your arms up. And as we exhale, we step forward. We open our hearts. And now maybe the arms come along the side. And you start to feel a little shifting, tipping tree. The back toes maybe stay down or they start to lift. And then slowly you bring your body back up. Retransferring the weight to the left, the right toes stay on your mat, heel maybe pick up. You engage your core. Again, if you need the wall for support, or you start to hold under or in front. Maybe you roll the ankle, relax the shoulders. And again, just think about almost like a slow motion. You reach your arms up, you take that giant step, you stay on the ball, the back foot, you open your heart, once again, exalting lunge here. And then let your arms come along the side. You tip forward, maybe the toes, maybe airplane wings. You don't have to go too deep. We're going to revisit. And then you come all the way back and step together. So you should be closer to the front edge of your mat. And again, maybe having blocks here to support you. As we inhale, we take our arms all the way up to the sky. And as we exhale, we're going to bring our hands to our thighs. We're going to start to bend the knees and heel toeing your feet. So I'm going to come and try to mirror you on this one. So you're going to sit a little bit lower, engage your core, and reach your hands forward. So on this one, you're going to take your right hand back and you're going to twist. So try not to move your knees. And then you come back to the center. Have the weight to the heels to protect you, and then you twist that left hand back, and then you come back to the center. Great job. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your thighs. You're going to support your hand there on your left thigh. Pick up your right heel and maybe you slide it here, or some of you might even take your airplane and let that toe step back. Shimmy your left foot a little bit more to the left. So you inhale, and perhaps you find that crescent lunge or the hands on the thighs. And as you exhale, drop the back heel and open your arms into your warrior two. This is your chance to lengthen your stance. Head is aligned with your hips. Arms, side body, engage. Feel the reach of your fingers. Relax your shoulders, turning your palms up. And as we inhale, we reverse the warrior, letting that left arm go up and back. Pressing into that front heel, feel even more breath into the side, inner legs pulling together. And as we exhale, bringing that forearm to the thigh, or maybe going a little deeper, and then extended side angle with your right arm coming up. And they'll turn the back of that right hand onto your back and slide it for this open chest, open twist. We're going to use that back hand to pull us up, inhaling. And you're back into your warrior two. As we exhale, we're going to square our hips so the back heel is going to lift. You're going to turn your hips forward. You're going to take a little tiny step and you pause here. You have a few breaths to go. You can play with your airplane. You can bow, or maybe you can start to add a little bit more airplane or hands onto your blocks. And then maybe even twisting and taking one leg on the outside pinky toe side of your feet closer together. Hopefully you have your blocks or you're supporting on your thighs and you're getting a little bit more on your IT band with that cross-legged forward fold. Relax the head and the jaw. We're going to uncross those legs, feet are parallel. And now from here, we're going to inhale and let our chest come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Pause here. And when you're ready, we're going to do that same sequence on the other side. So I'm just going to move to the other side so I don't turn my back to you. Again, you have your blocks there set up. And when you're ready, start to shift the weight more to your heel than to your toes. Sit a little further back into that kind of rocking chair, more to the heels. And again, you can stay here, support the hand on the right thigh or supporting your hands on your blocks. And you can take that foot back, or you can even take airplane wings to step that foot back into a crescent lunge. And then you take your time to shimmy your right foot a little bit more to the right. And then you start to bend the knee as we inhale, we reach those arms up. As we exhale, you can even cack and bring it a little further down, getting more opening, inhaling. And if you want to add a twist, you can always add a twist here by reaching that left hand forward, right hand back. Inhale, exhale, drop the heel and open it out. Again, shimmy that foot a little further out. Start to align the body. Make sure the front knee is not flopping in. Toes and front knees pointing forward. Relax your shoulders, palms are up, and inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, maybe go a little deeper. Press into that front heel. Feel the inner legs pulling together, the side body, even more breath there. And then as you exhale, you bend that knee, forearm to thigh. Take your time. Inhale, reach, extended side angle from the heel to your fingertips. And maybe wrapping that arm behind the back to roll the shoulder even further back. Maybe sinking more. Noticing the stacking and the opening of the chest. I'm going to let the back hand pull us back up again, warrior two. This is that transition that we're going to pick up the back heel and maybe slide that foot a little closer. So now your hips and chest is facing forward once again. And you just take a few practice bows here. Doesn't mean that you have to fly. You always have blocks there for your hands if you prefer. Maybe you take a quick fly here and let the head reach forward, your fingertips reach back into your airplane. And eventually your hands come down to your blocks and you cross that leg behind the other, cross leg forward fold. And you can even add a little twist here, side to side. Relax your head. And when you're ready, uncross the legs and bring your body up. So you have those blocks there. You can even have the blocks along the side. You can step between. If you only have one block, move your block to the left. So this is our kind of like peak pose. It's eagle. So you're going to shift the weight back to your heels like you're sitting down. And from this, you're going to cross your right in front of the left. Hug your legs, sit low, hands on your thighs. So the weight should be on your left heel. And then you're going to open your wings. You can be closer to a wall if you need that support. And you cross your right under the left. Give yourself a big hug. Perhaps sit even lower. You can do back of the hands or front if you like. And then we're going to release and inhale. Let that eagle fly and then land. And we're going to try that to the other side. So if you have only one block, you move the block to the other side. We'll move the other one closer in. Heel toe. Start to bend the knee. Start to sit a little lower, right? And now it's the left that crosses in front. You step onto the block. You engage your core. Feel that you're hugging of the legs, the core, the chest lifting. You open your wings and you're going to let your left under the right. Again, shoulder height with those elbows or backs of the hands or front. You're going to find a version that works for you. Maybe this side feels different. And eventually with time, maybe that leg will even come off that block, right? So when you're ready, you're going to inhale, reach up, and exhale, let it land. Great job, guys. Take your hands to your heart. And now finishing with Garudasana Mudra, slide your thumbs together so the palms can stay here. So you have wings for your eagle. You take a nice deep breath in. And a big sigh. Maybe close your eyes and inhale, feeling this mudra of lightness, of air, of transformation, of freedom, of letting go, of new beginnings. When you start with the beginner's mind, everything is possible, infinite possibilities. So in the next season to come, feel open to grow, to flourish, to start new. Breathing in. And exhaling, reaching the arms, let your ego fly. And as you exhale, let your body fold. Find those hands on your thighs or onto your blocks as we step one knee and then the other back. And take all the time that you need to move your hips to one side, to extend your legs out to the front. And just giving your legs a little bit of a cross. If there's any props that you might need for your Shavasana here, you can bring it along. Maybe a blanket for your head or your body. And we're going to roll ourselves back, bending one knee and then the other. As you come down, just allowing your body to release. And we're going to finish with one more twist here. We're going to cross that right ankle, right thigh over the left. And you walk it a little closer in. If it works for you, start to pick up your knees off, and you can hold on those knees into your chest. If it feels too much to cross the knees, you can just cross the shins, right? And then if you have the flexibility, you can even hold under your heels. It's like a reverse Gomukhasana cow face with the legs stacking, or even the eagle legs stacking here. They're very similar. And as we exhale, slowly release. You're going to drop your knees to the left. One right arm opens to the right, breathe into the right side. And a big sigh. And bring your head back to the center. Uncross the knees. And again, take your time to cross the left over the right. With your next exhale, maybe holding the knees or the shins, or even holding that the heels closer. Bring it to the side. Knees a little closer to the chest. And you're getting a little bit more on your glutes, and you can play with the arching of your back a little. And from here, we're going to release. And pressing to the heel, let the knees drop to the right. Let your left shoulder open to the left. Finding this final spinal twist, rinsing it out. Inhaling. And a big sigh. Beautiful. As we come to the center, give your knees a hug. And you might hold behind the knees or shins, happy baby, or blades of the feet or big toe. Any form that works for you. If you need the blanket under your head, or if you want to move it out of the way, right? You can always choose that. And we extend our legs to the front. Palms faces the sky. And body relax. And as we scan from the top of the head down, we start to soften once again. Taking a nice deep breath in. And a big sigh. Soften around the eyes, the cheeks, jaw. Softening the tongue, back of the throat, shoulders, elbows, fingertips. Feel the lightness of your heart, belly, hips releasing, backs of the knees, heels and toes. If you're happy where you are, you can stay where you are. If you feel like moving, start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Sorry, as you add the wrists and the ankles. Deepening the breath. Feeling for the echo of your practice. Perhaps taking a nice body stretch as you inhale. And you exhale, hugging the knees into the chest. Take all the time that you need to roll over to one side. And use your hands to come up to your seat. As you feel your sit bones connected to the earth and the crown of the head reaching up to the heavens. Sorry about that. Let your heart balance heaven and earth. And our hands open one over the other, over the heart. The self-healing mudra that cultivates compassion, acceptance, and unconditional love. Carrying these qualities of the heart with you, your light, your intention, even brighter. As we bow the head to the heart, thumbs to the forehead. Together we say, Namaste. Thank you so much. Sorry about the cough there at the end. Something got into my throat. I'm just going to stop the recording.